Erika
Schuchardt has arranged a trip to Berlin's Pergamon Museum for 450 blind and deaf persons, as well as people with other disabilities. The member of the German Parliament arranges trips like this twice a year.
In accordance with my age-old principle, everyone knows what's best for himself, each of us has the freedom to get together with whomever they'd like and discover Berlin, the politics and the culture, for a whole day. When angels travel, the heavens smile, and they smile today as never before, and I hope you have an enjoyable day. The panorama of the victory columns with Napoleon's cannons to the left side of the TV tower, with the indestructible symbol of Christianity, the cross on the dome, which neither power nor money could destroy, not even during the time of the German Democratic Republic.
Was durch keine Macht und kein Geld und nicht mal durch den DDR-Staat zu vernichten.
This is definitely a first. 800 from just one region. I remember that the Huguenots once invaded this place.
The idea is to create a sense of togetherness, to build bridges between those with disabilities and the able-bodied. That is the aim of this culture parade, as Erika calls it. She lost a sister in an accident, and she now tries to help those who have difficulties in accepting their fate. People who cannot help asking, why should have this happened to me? Or what does this mean? And how can I carry on? She believes that the museum's treasures should be accessible to both disabled and non-disabled citizens alike, to create a sense of togetherness, to build bridges between those affected and those not affected. That is the purpose of this culture parade, as Erika Schuchardt calls this day.
I believe that one can create something new with a great family of people like us who are travelling together, and I couldn't think of anything more wonderful than a large family on the steps of the Pergamon altar. Up above you can clearly see the text, "To the German people," while a modern artist has also written "To the people," to remove any sense of Europe and nationalism. And I want to say to those who've just arrived, look at that dome, how the spirals rise higher and higher.
Einen vernünftigen Notabstand hier wollen, ist mehr Flexibilität und mehr
soziale Sicherheit, das ist unser grünes Konzept und ich glaube, damit machen wir auch viel für die zukünftige Entwicklung in der Bundesrepublik. In Ihrem Antrag gelesen habt, da haben Sie wahrscheinlich die neuesten Entwicklungen ja nicht mitbekommen.
This is where our party representatives meet. There are 4 towers, and correspondingly there's a tower for each party at each of the 4 corners of the parliament.
I know that there are terrorists everywhere, but why don't the Israelis just get up and protect themselves? And a second point, it is always said, with respect to aid, we who have a disability have been assisted. But on the other hand, when it comes to jobs and such, nothing is being done. That is totally unjust.
The changes begin when you overcome yourself. Then you'll succeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, citizens of Brunswick, a warm welcome. My name is Hans Christian Andersen. I have come to say hello.
I'm Hans Christian Andersen. I've come to say hello. I bring you Copenhagen, Sophie, O Queen of the Sea. Once I sailed away.
I wouldn't be denied the privilege of personally greeting you. The reason for that is the enthusiasm of Professor Schuchardt for our museum. I first met her here at an event. As one says today, there was a gala here, a wonderful dinner, and she was so enthusiastic about our museum that she said, "I will bring all of Brunswick here in the long night of museums."
And I have to say, no MP has ever done as much for Brunswick, for the ordinary people as you have. Thank you so much. Thank you, I try. You're here in the hall with the coats of arms in the Rotes Rathaus.
On the itinerary is a visit to the glass dome of the German Parliament. There is a special reason for this. For Erika Schuchardt, its spiral form is a symbol for how people learn to cope with and overcome crises. This process of learning is like a spiral. To attain this insight, she studied over 2,000 life stories of people who have been confronted with death, incurable illness, and sudden disaster. Some find solace in faith, others find sympathy in self-help groups. All search for explanations, but in the end, there are none. Power, suffering, meaning, a question without an answer. Learning to live with suffering is a challenge that many are unable to meet. Many are unable to empathize with the fate of others, to stand by those in need and to help them. For Erika Schuchardt, it is a painful process, but one that she does not shy away from.